Guys, all the cars that you see in these videos are for sale on my website, www.woodsandbarclay.com. Enjoy the video. Okay guys, welcome back. We're just doing some minor repairs to the wood. So you can see the wood on the glove box. It is this veneer and it's glued to the aluminum backing plate. And sometimes that will, just over the years, the glue will let loose. So we're mixing up some, this stuff is great. It's JB Clear Weld Quick Setting Epoxy. We're going to mix that stuff up real good. And that's use a paintbrush. And you get up behind there and you just paint it. And that stuff will never come off. Just going to paint it all up behind there. There we go, just get that all up behind there. And we're just going to do it on the other side. There we go. That is on there really nice. Very delicate, guys. There's not a lot of clamping force here. All right, we're gonna let that sit for 15 or 20 minutes and that will be good. All right, and there we go. Good as new. It is all sealed back along the bottom. Go ahead and get some of that glue runoff right there out of there. But yeah, it looks fantastic. Even got that section right up there reattached. So we'll go ahead and get that back in the car. There you go. If you remember, the glove box in the last video was coming detached. So I removed that glove box and reattached that. And we had a small piece right here that was coming detached. So that has been reattached. So all that wood is now perfectly attached in good condition. All right, here we are on the passenger side, and I noticed there was a small crack right there in the headlight bezel, you know, that goes around here. Here's the driver's side. The driver's side is excellent condition. There was a small crack, so I looked closer at it, and look at that. That whole piece was broken there. So I have a stash. I just bought them like 10 of them. These are new old stock. And you can see these are perfect condition. No cracks. So we're going to go ahead and get this one reinstalled over here on the passenger side. And you know, I think most people will probably just glue that back in place, but that's not the quality of cars we release out of here. So that definitely needs to be replaced. All right, now we have our beautiful headlight bezel in there with no cracks. But to put that in, see if I can get back here. When you slip it through, there's these little plastic guys right here. And you can see right there, I screwed one on there. And then there's one down there in the corner. See it back behind that wire? And then there's one right up here. All right, guys, we're in the final stages for this 84 300 SD. I went and picked up a new valve cover gasket today, and we are going to do a valve adjustment, and then it's off for the test drive. That's the last thing on this car. So anyway, let's get started. There we go. We'll turn that up here. And we want to pop off, let's see, the Bowden cable, the cruise control linkage, and we'll pop off the main throttle bracket. And we want to lubricate all this linkage when we put it back on here too. Now, right here, let's see, these are We want to undo this one. All right, that's attached to our throttle linkage there. And the other one we want to do is this little clip right here. All right, and that will allow the throttle linkage to pull back out of there. There we go. All right, let's get our old gasket. There we go. And let's go ahead and do an inspection of the top end of this engine. Let's go ahead and look at these cam lobes. Oh, really nice. Those are very clean. No scoring. Nice. Oh yeah, that timing chain is very tight. There's no play in that chain at all. And there's the tensioner down there. Oh yeah, that tensioner's tight. Yeah, really good condition. All those cam lobes look fantastic. So let's get in here and we will start. I can see right now that valve number 2, see the cam is in the vertical position. That's the perfect position to go ahead and put our feeler gauge in here. Now, let's see. It tells us right here. There we go. Valve lash at water temp below 30 degrees. You want your intake at 10 millimeters, 0.10 millimeters, and your exhaust is 0.35 millimeters. And we are at cold operating temperature, so we'll go ahead and take our readings there. Okay, we just went ahead and measured the intake here, and it was in, it had a perfect valve lash, 0.10 millimeters. So the next one I saw that was the cam was about to rotate all the way up was, I think that's number 6 back here. So I turned the engine over to number 6. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, 7, 8. That was number 8, sorry. So that's an exhaust. So the exhaust is 14 thousandths or 0.35 millimeters. And remember, we know that because right here on a cold engine, it says exhaust is 0.35. So we want to check the lash. Okay, and I can see that that's a little tight. So we want to loosen up our lash there. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay guys, I'm only going to do one of these on camera because it's a real pain in the butt to keep rotating the cam, changing the camera, starting and stopping recording. We're right here on valve number 8. So the first thing we want to do, we have our nut down here on the bottom. We'll put our wrench on there. And then our wrench on the top. There we go. We just broke that loose. And now we're going to tighten our top nut a little bit. And I bet you that's now going to be in spec. I know that was kind of quick how I did that, but once you guys do this for the first time, you'll see how it works. All right, still a little tight. So we'll loosen it back up. Now this time, we're going to screw down. There we go. I went down with our bottom nut. Now we'll tighten it back up and we'll see how that is. Ooh, that is good right there. That is a perfect valve lash. So what I did with the wrenches, let me go ahead and tighten this back up. All right. I broke it loose, and then the bottom nut, I tightened that down so it moves down. That way I could take the top nut and I could turn it down a couple of turns. So both nuts, they moved down the valve stem. There we go. So both of those nuts moved down the valve stem and opened up the gap. And then I tightened up the bottom nut to meet up with the top nut to lock everything in place. And we'll just double check that. Yep, that is tight. So once it's tight, you just want to go back and recheck to make sure. Ooh, that is perfect. I don't think I've ever gotten a more perfect valve lash. Anyway, so, hey Thomas, what I'll do next is we'll just check off on my little map. I've done that one. So I've done number 2 and number 8. So now we're going to rotate the cam. Now we want to rotate the cam to the next one that's about to come up to the top. Let's see what that one is. So we just did this one. There we go. I can see number 3 here is about to be vertical. So number 3 is an intake. And usually the intakes are fine. It's the exhaust that need adjustment because there's more heat on the exhaust valve and there's more expansion and contraction. So I'm going to go under the car. I've got a wrench on the front of the front pulley bolt, front crank bolt. I'm going to turn that and you guys can watch. Here you go. Keep an eye on number 3 right here. I know it's hard to see, but keep an eye on number 3 and you're going to see number 3 just come up a little bit. You'll see all of them move, but I'm just bringing number 3 vertical. All right, let's see what that did. Okay, we're almost vertical. Let's turn it a little bit more. There we go. That should do it. There we go. And we can see, you can't see because the oil line here, but number 3 is vertical. Now, that is an intake. So that is going to be 0.004 thousandths or 0.10 millimeters. And we are good. Just barely slips in there. So I'll mark that one off. All right, guys, we'll do one more together. So the next one that is about to go vertical is right here, number 9, back here in the back. Number 9 is an exhaust. See if we can get a different view over here. There's number 9 right here. It's kind of pointed over there towards the camera. I'm going to go ahead and rotate the engine to make that vertical. There we go. That should definitely be vertical. There we go. We're kind of pointing towards the 1 o'clock position, and that's good. The base of the cam lobe is on the rocker. So that's an exhaust. So we're going to measure that with 0.35 millimeters. And, oh, that one's actually good. We just barely slipped in there. All right, cool. We're going to leave that one alone. Okay, so what we're seeing is I can tell this engine had a valve adjustment not too long ago. I don't know, it's probably 20 or 30,000 miles because we've only found one valve that needs adjusting. And that was the exhaust. I think that was the number 8 exhaust valve. Anyway, I'm going to go through, check the rest of them. I'm sure there's going to be another exhaust valve or two that we need to adjust. And then we'll get that new valve cover gasket on and get everything reassembled. All right, we're just going to clean this up a little in the parts washer and then put a new gasket on it and get it back in the car. I love these California cars because Everything is such good condition. I mean, can you believe that's 40 years old? That's crazy how good it looks. We'll go ahead and lubricate all these hinges here. I'm just getting some of the parts washer fluid off of here and cleaning it up before we put our gasket back on here. All right, let's go grab our gasket. Just picked this up from the parts supplier this morning. And if it tells you anything, they actually had 34 of them in stock. So that right there tells you that people are buying these gaskets, and a lot of these cars are on the road. So I went ahead and just bought 3 of them. All right, stick a rag under there. And let's get this gasket on the engine. And the tricky part of getting it in the car is you got to get the front of the valve cover to clear this cruise control. And sometimes you can just remove the cruise control. It makes it easier. But it's a little tricky. You guys will see. Let's go ahead and see if we can. Sometimes I nail it first try. It falls right on. Sometimes it takes 10 minutes. I have a feeling this is going to be one of the 10-minute ones. Let me get this line out of the way back here. There we go. Get out of there. There we go. Get. There we go. Push, make sure our gasket's still attached back here. Just tried to come off. Boom. All right. Wasn't so bad. So what we want to do now, you want to go around all of the gasket with a light, and you want to make sure none of it came disconnected and like rolled under. Otherwise you'll spray oil everywhere when you crank it up. And back here in the back is really the problem area. It looks like we got it. We go check around here. Yep, we are looking good, guys. All right, so let's put our 13 millimeters back on there. 13 millimeter nuts back on all 4 posts and tighten her back down. And then I finish it off by hand. And guys, this is only like 10 foot-pounds of torque. You do not crank these down. Here we go. That's it. Just snug it up. All right, that's it. All right. So first, let's start with this top linkage here. We're going to pop that off. And I have a little bit of ATF. Actually, let's go ahead and get this guy, get the cruise control. I don't know if this is in view. I just have a syringe of ATF fluid. And we're just going to go ahead and pop that on there. All right. Then we will lubricate that one and that one. And I'll just cover them up and flip them over right there on the posts. There we go. Get this guy right here. Sometimes you need to use some channel locks. Now I'm going to put a little just down on the shaft where the joint is here. A little right here. Very nice. Very nicely lubricated. Now let's get our Bowden cable. All right, there we go. Good. And there's a little clip back here that it clips into. All right, we need to loosen that up. There we go. We have just, you hear that? Just a little bit of play. All right, we'll see how that performs. All right, let's go ahead and get our clip back on the throttle linkage arm here. There we go. I really like that. Now let's put this back because we popped that out when we were putting back on the valve cover. Good, all our clips are in the right place. All right, guys, we are ready to button this thing up, take it for a test drive. All right, I got everything back together and I just detailed this engine compartment. Check that out. These cars are just, I love when the cadmium plating is still on these cars. It just looks so good. This one was out of California. Just looks fantastic. Look at that. Love it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to double check all my connections, and that's it for today's video. There's the completed throttle linkage lubrication and the valve adjustment. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Helps me out. Need more people subscribing to the site. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Take care.